We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, alert three. Alert three. Squeeze. Tighten up. Tighten up. Yup. Motion.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I'm coming after you. Check nickel. Check. Shift. Check 99. Check 99. Zip it. Motion.
On first and 10, here's Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
Focus, defense, focus. Watch twist. 22. Check. Pause. Mike 8. I'm coming. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Throwing now is Murray. Throw caught here by Bird. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You don't want none of that. Give it. Pick up the ball. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 66. Run it. Half.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, San Francisco.
Hey, gun.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Second down, McKinnon. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Check the backer. Mike 8. Watch twist. Switch. Check. Jam. Go.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well timed there by Richard Sherman. A sack on the corner blitz. Here's Andy Lee now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score 9-7. Cardinals nothing.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Hey, exit. 58.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, Coleman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey, gun.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd? 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Cardinals nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You. 25, check 25, check 25. Yeah. Hey, watch it. Go. Kill. Watch out.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Mike 8. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check 24. Hey, Buzz. Be ready.
Snap comes to Murray at 1. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of...
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
To try again after the sack. Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
My game. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Leo. Switch. Check. Go. Undercrush. Go. Hey, switch gears.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
On third down, it's Coleman, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Pickup on the play. First down, 49ers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run once more with McKinnon. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. 180! I got you. Target.
On third down, Coleman. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Kill.
Coleman. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 42. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Coleman now. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
Here we go. 180! I got you. Strip that ball.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, we just saw a great example. We talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? 58, the money. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. 11. Hey, gun. Way back home. Check 37, check 37. Switch. He's coming. We got double up. Check 13.
They will run again with Coleman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll run it with Coleman. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Under 10.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Fresno. Hey, gun. Pick the edge. Go.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
21. Watch the screen. Check 15. Check 21. Hey, gun.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
To throw is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on 1st down, Murray. It's caught by Aguilar. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. Damiere Byrd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2.
Watch the safety.
They'll try and run with Drake. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big 3rd down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 2 game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run on 1st down. Coleman, he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Aguilar has it. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Drake. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nick Bosa on the stop. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Here we go. Mike, Mike, 8. Go. Check 52. Say. Yeah. Shift. Hey, alert 3. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Pass complete to Bird out right here. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Murray sets to throw on 4th. Throwing right, and that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
The 46-yard line.
65. Hey, Charlie.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Here we go. Here we go. 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Don't get nervous now. Begin to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Take four.
Murray, one final try. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.